Kia ora, everyone. It's 9 o'clock. Welcome to Talkback with Thane and Sophia. We're here till, until we get bored pretty much, just before 11, I suppose. Saturday night, and please welcome the lovely Sophia Mantell. How are you?
Very well, Thane. Thanks for the welcome.
No problem.
You got really hot in here.
Oh, you've got a fire burning, haven't you?
Yeah, I like to make a good fire, and I've made it extra spicy, and it is quite warm.
Wow, you made it too good of a fire.
Too good of a fire. And now I'm schwitzing. I'm just feeling dehydrated, and that's okay.
Excellent.
We'll be
fine. 20 cases of COVID today. New cases.
It's not good.
We're supposed to be dropping down to level 3 on Monday. Fingers crossed. So
Tuesday?
I don't know, man. I think the announcement's on Monday, and then they let us out of jail probably the Friday. Who knows? But
not us.
No. We have got Talkback going, so there is a link in the post. We're going to put it in the comments as well. And if you want to join in, then you join in. If you want to watch, there's details of how to watch it on different pages that it goes out to. And also, you've got a giveaway tonight, right?
I do have a giveaway tonight, Thane. Do you have my little my credits to roll?
G'day, Richard Phelps there.
Phelps?
G'day. Yeah, Phelps is watching. Fantastic. Okay, yeah, I do. So here we go, everybody.
Watch this, everyone.
Yeah,
check
it's good.
It's I have to say, actually, tonight it's not because I changed my pajamas out, but my Papinelle sleepwear, I have a giveaway. It's up on our Instagram page. If you go onto Instagram, go to Talkback with Thane and Sophia, click on the thing with me in pajamas, comment a couple of girlfriends that you think or boyfriends that would like the pajamas. Go and follow Papinelle Sleepwear. You're in the draw. And also tonight, if you comment the word Papinelle on our Facebook comments, you also go on the draw. You just have to go and follow their Instagram. So follow their Instagram and then comment Papinelle on our Facebook feed.
Okay, thank you very
Billy
much.
Hickey, Thane, if you had $1 for every time someone called you Thane instead of Thane, would you be able to buy Sophia a new car? Billy, I can buy my own new car, thank you very much, but I'd take it.
Here we go. Okay, let's go to our comments going. Welcome to the show, Benny Mac. How the hell are you, mate?
Oh, absolutely brilliant. Thank you so much, Thane. Hey, great show last night. Sorry I couldn't make it, guys.
We missed you so much.
Yeah.
I'm back here, guys. Never fear. Benny Mac is here, and tonight I'll be bringing you the facts. Yes, that's right. I am the resident fact checker. What is a fact checker, you may ask? Well, I'm the one that checks the motherfucking facts. It's pretty goddamn self-explanatory. If you need an explanation. But yeah, I check the facts, basically. Basically, anything that happens on the show, I'm kind of like you at home. You're thinking, are these guys talking truth? Are they full of shit? Is this the real deal? Well, I'm taking notes. I go and run it through a fact-checking algorithm. Yes, AI. And it basically tells me yay or nay, thumbs up, thumbs down, and that's how we tell facts.
Oh, thank you very much, Fact Man. Perfect.
Yep. And
I'm relieved to have you back.
Oh, it's great to be back. And at this stage, only 50% of our facts contain mis or disinformation.
It's not bad.
That's good a ratio. It's okay.
Pretty even.
It's pretty much the internet, isn't it? Right there.
And that's a fact, Jack.
Thank you very much.
Thank
come
you.
back to Benny very shortly. Hey, guys, 12 million bucks. Here are the official lotto numbers while it is a Saturday. Draw number 2,100 for Saturday, 18th September 2021. The numbers are 6, 15, 18, 19, 21, 32, and the bonus number 23. The Powerball was 1. Strike 32, 15, 6, and 18.
Okay. So did you win the lotto?
I don't know. They won't let me check my ticket online at this stage. So I'm just waiting it out like everybody else.
Do you always get that little feeling, or is it because of the timing? Do you get the feeling that, oh, they're not letting me check, that's because I'm the winner, I've got to go in store?
Absolutely. That's exactly how I feel. In fact, I take as soon as I purchase my ticket, all I do is try and manifest that amount of money, the $12 million. I pre-bought stuff. I've got my announcement. How do I announce it to the family? You guys, do I go and buy everybody a Range Rover first and surprise you? Or do I just go, oh my God, I won.
It jackpotted. Oh.
Not this.
Hey, Louise, good news. It jackpotted. You can buy one for the next one, which is next Saturday.
Yeah.
Does it go to the Saturday draw or the Wednesday draw?
I have no idea, but we've got a bit of an update here. We'd like to pull in our fact checker, Benny, with the latest. What's going on, buddy?
Man, you just talk about manifestation of reality. Manifest reality, win money, make your dreams come true, spend money at Lotto. It could be you could be the Powerball winner. It could be your lucky day. Thane Kirby, I'm manifesting your reality right now. You're going to be getting cubic zirconia implanted in your skull. You're going to be like that really cool rapper kid. You're going to blow up on hip hop tip top. You're going to be the next superstar sensation. You're going to be bigger than True Bliss. I believe in you.
This guy loves me. He's got my back. I thank you very much, mate. I appreciate
it.
You're a winner, baby.
Thank you. G'day, Brooke Howard-Smith. How are you? Welcome to the show.
Hello.
We're just wandering around my house. Is this what we do now?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, we sat down for the purpose of being lazy, but feel free to walk. Whatever you want to do.
I'm just getting my exercise. Like I'm an MIQ, just wandering around.
Yeah.
1,000 steps a day.
That's good. How good was today, though? You must have 1,000 stepped it outside.
I did. I was kind of trying to do a bit of house maintenance, a little bit of pool cleaning, that kind of stuff.
Yeah, nice.
It was a beautiful day. It makes everything slightly less depressing when it's nice and sunny, doesn't it?
God, it was absolutely beautiful. I mean, assuming that where you were, it was beautiful. But here in Auckland, where we are trapped, it was it was a sunny, spring-like prison today.
Yeah, just the best. Hey, mate, thank you very much for appearing on the show. We were talking NFTs the other night, cryptocurrency and what have you. And then some of our viewers said, you got to get Brooke Howard-Smith on to talk about Fluff. And then the Fluff jokes flew, and then no one really researched it. Fact checker guy kind of tried in broad terms to make us understand, the special thing. So I thought, hey, let's talk to this guy. I mean, Brooke,
we're basically too old to understand what in the heck is happening with NFTs. I was saying NTF, we need an update, and then I had a look at your page, and we were like, okay. Design.
It's hard, yeah. So, firstly, I'm also too old. I think I'm definitely older than you, and I think Thane, I'm older than you. So that makes me like I'm definitely like the oldest person in our crew, and they like to make fun of me. But it does help me bridge the gap. So I can hopefully I can explain this in old people talk.
Thank you.
With anyone else that was kind of like not born in like the mid 2000s can kind of get this. So. The crux is this. Are you guys still there?
We're here. Yeah.
He's just producing. He's trying to like switch screens.
I like that. So I think the first thing is if you understand a little bit about blockchain, which is, you've got to explain a little bit about blockchain, which is that it is a ledger. Like, so everyone tries to make blockchain sound really complex. It's basically just a giant list of who owns what, and it exists throughout the network of computers. And for the last 11 years or so, it's kind of bubbled away, and then obviously 4 years ago it really blew up, and the last 4 years have been lots of blockchain and cryptocurrency. But if you weren't into cryptocurrencies and like trading currencies, it was pretty boring, because it was just Bitcoin and Ethereum and these kind of things, and people were making a lot of money. But recently, the start of the year, people started to translate these smart contracts that exist in some cryptocurrencies and they started to attach them to content. Now, content, everyone gets excited about content, whatever you're into, whether it's stamp collecting or basketball or, you know, whatever it is, there's content that inspires people. And so the same kind of fervor that overtook the world with cryptocurrency 4 years ago now has meant that people are really getting excited about how this is affecting art, music, sports. So if you're into art, you would have seen that Beeple's first 5,000 days sold for $69 million at the start of the year.
Yeah.
You know, a huge sale. Yesterday at, I think it was yesterday, it's kind of like over the last 24 hours at Christie's, they've been selling some NFTs and they've been going for crazy amounts of money. So
did Kate Moss have one that she put out? I'm pretty sure.
You know,
sounds like it.
the amazing thing about anything to feed the habit, you know, you've got to do what you've got to do.
You got to do it, for sure. And you know, she's probably she still does amazing work anyway, but I'm sure it's drying up. So she's smart.
Right now, all over the world, everyone in every kind of one of those industries is trying to get into NFTs because people are making so much money. So there's a crew called the Bored Ape Yacht Club, and they're doing very well right now. It's four guys. And the other day they made 90 million US in 10 minutes, releasing another bunch of Bored Apes, these Mutant Ape Yacht Club guys. So
hold on, Mutant Ape, you've lost me.
Yes, well, these are just their images. They're images. So if you're out there on the listening to this on the interweb, you can just Google Bored Ape Yacht Club, and they're a set of 10,000 different apes. They're generated art, meaning that each one of them is unique. There are some that are more rare than others. The rarest apes are going for, you know, in the millions and millions of dollars. The cheapest Bored Ape now is around $200,000, and it's just a JPEG. It's just a JPEG with a smart contract attached to it.
So is it like trading cards for the internet?
Yeah. A little bit. There's varying components as to why these things are kind of taking off. The first one is flex. If you've got a lot of cryptocurrency sitting there, and as a human being, you know, human beings like to tell people that they're successful, but you can't just tell people I've got millions of dollars in crypto. But if your profile picture is a one-of-a-kind $13 million JPEG, and everyone knows it's legit because these wallets are all public. If you've got the JPEG and it's just a copy of a JPEG, people can tell that's not there. They know where the original ones are. So that flex is really important in an industry where discovery and tech are really important. So you've either got a Bored Ape because you were so smart, you knew about them before everyone, or so rich that you're able to spend $500,000 on them. This part of this that is probably a lot more interesting for us. And Fluff World is a group of really talented Kiwis that took all of the skill in 3D animation that New Zealand has built up over the last 2 decades. And then they took all of the blockchain tech and they combined them. And we created 10,000 unique computer-generated pieces of art. These bunnies, these fluffs, they're animated. There's unique music, brand new music by Tom Lee behind them. And there's 10,000 of them, and they sold out in 40 minutes. And the last 5 weeks, people have been buying them and selling them. People have spent $65 million on fluffs in the last 5 weeks.
And so how are you involved? Are you, sorry, Thane, you one of those 4?
No, so we've got a group of 6 people that have non-fungible labs. And I'm kind of just a lucky old guy that lucked into this. And then there's kind of creative geniuses and blockchain geniuses. I was immediately interested in NFTs because, like you guys, I come from media and content, and I've seen the shift from broadcast to social, and NFTs now that we've gone through the kind of the vapid and kind of shallow part of the flex part of NFTs, you can get into what ours are. So ours are avatars, and if you want to kind of like go into a game, like go into Fortnite, ours are being built, rigged in the same engine as Fortnite, Unreal, and so you'll be able to walk your specific bunny into Fortnite, and then leave, and then walk it into a different game,
Very
and
cool.
carry currencies with it and carry
Right.
objects out of the games and out of the games. And so the next phase of gaming and the internet is a thing called the metaverse. And I don't know if you guys have heard of the
No.
metaverse.
Fill us in.
Well, I was the guy 4 months ago on the Zoom call that asked what the metaverse is, and all the young people laughed at me. But it's the next evolution of the internet. It's an immersive evolution where instead of these games being walled gardens and these environments being walled gardens, they're immersive 3D environments that you can port your assets, yourself, your avatars through and into. So Facebook is creating metaverse style environments.
Okay.
And they'll join with Microsoft's and Sony's and Unreal Epics.
So it's like that movie. What was it? Yes.
Yeah, it's exactly that. Ready Player One was based on a concept that is, based around the metaverse. So
everyone can log in and feel whatever they want to feel, as opposed to having to live their authentic life on Earth.
Yeah, that's right. It's really depressing, right?
Yeah.
How can a guy?
As I was saying it, I was trying to make it sound less sad, but it's just sad.
How can a guy with 5,000? Because we don't have $13 million to throw at a piece of art, but how can a guy off the street who's got access to a laptop start churning out content that possibly could sell and make a little bit of money? Where do you begin with this?
Well, the first thing is stories all around the globe right now. There are artists that have built up good audiences, and they've never been able to really connect with that audience in a way to where, say you've got 1,000 fans, and most artists that have spent a while might be able to connect with 1,000 people, but they're having to kind of slog away at a show every 6 months, and in that show they've got to somehow deal with all of getting the word out of the date of the show, and then people to get all of that. So once you're removing all of those barriers, we're seeing artists that were making $30,000-$40,000 a year max are making $1 million in a day because they're creating versions of their art, making it affordable. So it doesn't need to be $5,000; it can be $300, but you make 10,000 of them, and people who love the art, it shares because it's the internet, it's infectious, and someone shares it and they see that it's going up, and art is also an investment. And so people start to back and bet on the best artists or the art that resonates with them. And so it is definitely changing visual arts. The big shift for you guys, I think that you guys might be interested in, is music, because in the same way, we all know, we know dozens of great musicians here that could definitely say that they've got 5,000 hardcore fans.
Yeah.
Now, 5,000 hardcore fans paying $100 for your album instead of trying to go through the machinery.
Oh yeah.
And saying, listen, man, I really love your work. I want to pay $100 for this. But when I do pay $100, I want to have a little bit of the back end if I tell 10 of my friends about it. Yes. So that's what NFTs enable. So your recording artists now can effectively float their new album. So they might even have a free sample and go, listen, on the 10th of December, I'm going to drop this album. It's going to be $100 for the limited edition, the first releases. But every single one of those that fractionalizes and sells, you can take a little bit and I'll take a little bit. So
it's like influencer codes for NFTs.
Well, yeah. So for 30 years, digital has promised to give artists, the creators, what their worth, and all it's done is actually dissolve their ability to monetize their talents.
Yeah.
This hopefully will flip that. And the other people that this is one of my rambling tirades.
No. This is interesting.
The other thing that's amazing about this is the unsung heroes of the music industry are the discoverers and sharers. There's that layer of people that work their ass off to find cool new things and share it with people. This rewards them because they're the first person. They're the ones that say, listen, I've got a limited edition Tom Lee first press, and people go, wow. And you can see it in their wallet, and you can, again, back to that earlier thing.
So if Dave Dobbin was to record a song exclusively for one person,
and
never play it on radio It's theirs as if they're going to pay for it. He puts it on a site and then he gets auctioned, or someone makes.
Well, here's the interesting thing, and I'll see if I can explain this.
Yeah.
People try to think of the exclusivity as being a good thing, never playing it. But I'm going to give you a scenario. I haven't tried this ever audibly. I've just thought about this. So there's a 1965 Elvis first press record.
Mm-hmm.
Let's go for about $500,000.
Right.
Now, it's not going to devalue that, everyone hearing that record, right? And in fact, if the more people that heard the record, the more valuable the 1963 press is going to be, because it's a more famous song, right?
Yep.
It's the same with NFTs. Dave doesn't need to stop everybody from hearing that track.
Right.
Everybody loving that track is actually going to make this part of the provenance, i.e. this first track that one guy or girl got, and then they shared it with everybody, but it's just theirs and its own. And it's the story.
So it's that ownership
ownership.
and the flex of having the ownership,
Wow,
but then being able to share it.
Yeah, that's exactly right. The distribution of this. So, the fact that Beeple $69 million painting is actually worth more because everyone knows about it now. More
Right.
Gotcha.
Every screenshot is an homage to the original. And so that person that's got the original is like, and so that's the key misunderstanding that potentially if you're tackling this with some people that are going to be naysayers, they'll say, I can just take a screenshot of it. Well,
Yep.
I mean, that's
Guys,
completely the opposite.
This
I've got a
has been our
fairly
fact
interesting.
Yep.
Hey, Brooke, how you doing, mate?
Really good. Yeah,
Nice to see you.
the old Saturday night chat. I'm happy. I was going to be drinking tonight. You guys put an end to that. I was like, don't turn up drunk on the bloody show.
Oh,
No.
yeah.
Oh,
Get a drink,
you
mate.
can have a drink. You can,
Have a peppermint tea. You join us. There you go.
There he is.
I've got a fairly interesting fact here.
Yes.
The first one-off NFT was created on May 3, 2014 by Kevin McCoy and Anal Dash live at the 7-on-7 conference at the museum in New York. All I can say is that his mum and dad weren't very McCoy about his name.
And is that a fact?
That's a fact, Jack.
Thank you very much, mate. Appreciate it. Fact guy.
I have
Yeah.
no idea what that means.
No, neither. Warren Stewart says, who would own the song? So the person who bought the song off Dave Dobbin would own it for like $60 million, and it would only go up in price if everybody heard it. So sharing it's cool.
Yeah, so when we made the fluffs, and you can go check fluff.world as the website, you can go learn about it more there.
Yeah.
So we got Tom Lee, who's a great producer and musician, and he created a bunch of tracks for these, and then and he was paid for them. And then the people that buy those fluffs own those tracks. So they can take that, bring them down, they own the stems and the tracks, and they can recreate them and build their own songs that they can go sell. The fluffs that they buy as well, which are these 3D avatar bunnies with physics in the fur, they're full-on kind of avatars. They own those as well. So they could walk into a Disney Studios and say, I've got a great idea for a TV show. Here's my 3D bunny called whatever. And so the idea, blockchain is all about distributed ownership and creation. So we gave them 10,000 bunnies are out there, and people are creating their own names and backstories for the fluffs. They're creating music with them and creating an entire world, a universe, fluff world. So that's theirs.
Fantastic.
Wow. And
Wow.
so what happens with the money? Do you guys get paid in blockchain, or is it like, how does that work?
Yeah, the currency that the blockchain we're on is called Ethereum, which is the second largest. Bitcoin is the largest, kind of like the more established.
Yeah.
But Bitcoin is, God, it's a hell of an interesting story. So in 2009, this white paper, which is a document, just got released by a person who may or may not be real. Talking about people who may or may not be real, Luke Dallow.
It's
Right, Brookie, how are
big
you?
LD.
When's the last bit of contact I've had with you, Brooke? Jeez, you just chop down my comments on Facebook. You put your own.
Hey.
Well, hey now. We're listening to a
Let's not make
story
this-
here.
Let's not make this about Facebook and no politics.
Please.
Oh no, sorry. Yeah,
Continue.
Yeah, continue.
yeah. So this person or Satoshi releases this paper, creates something called Bitcoin, tells people how to create it. It happens. It becomes this, amazing. It's incredible. The paper's incredible. He or she has a bunch of Bitcoin in a bank account, in a wallet, which is like a bank account, never touches it. And that's the last anyone's ever heard of them. Now, at last count, and it'll be much more now, we know that that person is either dead or an incredible human being because it's about $15 billion in that wallet now, and it's never been touched. Someone can fact check me on that, on how much it is. More than $10 billion, and that person has never shown up again. So all of this industry, it's the fastest growing financial and arts and media industry on the planet, is fueled by someone no one knows who it is, and they just vanish.
I read about that a while ago, and it was just, I just couldn't get my head around it, and I just thought, this is confusing, and that seems weird. Maybe they're dead. I don't know.
Who knows?
Kind of just carried on. But
Tell us about the tax sort of side of things. I mean,
yeah, you just got to pay tax. So it's a little bit tricky. So IRD is still working around. Each country is working around how you treat tax, but there are different types of revenue that could be earned in cryptocurrency. There's a capital gain, there's staking, there's a whole bunch of different things that. But everyone is like, anyone that's not paying tax or using blockchain for crime is an idiot. And what they learned, because there's this other misconception that it's great for crime. It's an immutable record of something that happened. It's the exact worst thing for crime.
Yeah.
And what they're finding is that all these people that were committing crimes a while back, is that the moment your wallets touch some kind of traceable element, they can then just trace everything back. So if you're out there committing crime right now, don't use blockchain as a method of payment.
because it's an interesting thing, because if you're paying tax on your crypto coins or your fluffs or whatever, the government would need to have an account of fluff or you know what I mean? Unless you'd be paying cash over, which you don't really want to do if you've got your bitcoins, do you, Brooke?
I don't. Listen, I'm not an expert on this, but you provide them with your transactions. So whatever transactions you're in the middle of, you just keep a record of those. And if you've made money, good on you, man. Help feed teachers. Pay your tax. Luke, are you telling people not to pay their taxes?
No, pay your taxes, but how do they pay their taxes?
Like anything, you just keep a record of your transactions, and when you draw down. Sorry, I should point out, it's very easy. This is another thing that people don't understand. It's very easy to get cryptocurrency and to turn that cryptocurrency into cash. Great Kiwi site called Easy Crypto. And Janine is just genius. She's got a great site there. They do tens of millions of dollars a day. It takes you less than like a minute to turn cash into crypto or vice versa.
Because I think that's like shareholding, isn't it? When you buy shares, it's not like you're paying tax necessarily unless... Like I know with Sharesies, they sign you up and you put your IRD number in and stuff like that. So they kind of take care of that end. But it would be when you receive that in actual cash and took that money out. So maybe
so when we make money from these things and draw them down, we'll pay tax on that.
Yeah. I thought this whole crypto was so you didn't pay tax. It was above all the banks and the law and that type of thing.
The idea is removing, so there's around 4% of the global economy that is pure bank inefficiency. And that's a huge amount of money. Like you think about every single thing you're paying for, around 4% of that is just like ridiculous bank fees and it's just terrible. So you're getting rid of all of that. But I'm not a there's a book called The Sovereign Individual. Is that right? Yes. I'm not like a crazy kind of. I'm not saying you're crazy if you believe in the old getting rid of the government thing, but I think it can work in with governments. I think all governments will have digital currencies soon.
Yeah. Okay.
It's just a way of mitigating. Like not everybody has to go through that banking system, because I suppose the banking system started out as a bunch of families and things, and then that's kind of been raped and pillaged over the years. So this is just another opportunity to do something a little bit different that has its own sort of pros and cons, I suppose.
Yeah.
Can I ask?
Sorry,
Can I ask? Sorry, Brooke. What is the Bunny World or the Fluff guys?
Fluff
the New
World,
Zealand, the group, the collective there, right? They've made all this money. Has their life? Did they have money before, or they've just got this big dump of money and now just like?
Yeah.
Everyone got a Ferrari yet?
No, yeah. There's like Jesse and Alex are young guys that were just really creative and cool, and they, there are people involved in the project that have been in blockchain and crypto for a while, so they've got a little bit of, everyone's got a little bit of a nest egg. But
Right.
Jesse and Alex are two young guys. It's Alex's birthday today. He's had a heck of a birthday month lead up. Because the company itself, so I'll give you a sense of like how crazy this is. It's made more money in 1 month than Rocket Lab made in the first 6 months of this year.
Wow.
So
And we're talking about roll around on the bed sort of money, real money. I mean, I'm talking not money up here or down there. I'm talking about rolling around in the bed.
listen, I
Well,
think
if you take it out, then yeah.
Yeah.
I'm sure it'll be invested back into like building this thing out into. The idea with Fluff World is to build it into, a genuine like world leading gaming ecosystem where there's play to earn. We're the first people to insert AI into NFTs. So the ability to kind of have your own NFT kind of doing its own thing. It can learn how to play poker or football or Fortnite, whatever you want. So it gets better at those things. There's some really cool stuff happening.
I've seen some NFTs when my boys are playing PlayStation on, it's amazing how these things just pop up and you go, what's that? And the kids go, oh, that's an NFT. And I go, oh, okay.
Well, you guys will know that, that concert with Marshmallow in 2019 on Fortnite where 11 million people turned up. And the idea now is that, kids are spending a lot of time in the digital realm will go to these events and they'll want to wear the brand new Nikes to these events in the digital realm, and Nike will license a limited NFT for that event. And it might be, and you should definitely Google the NFT shoes. The sneaker heads are just like, because you can dream up anything, right?
Yeah.
Wow.
Brooke.
That's kind of scary and also cool. It's so far removed from what I think of every day, just living completely like trying to avoid my phone other than for work purposes, which seems to take up enough time as it is. But it's really a huge movement, unfortunately or fortunately, for humans into the digital age. That's, it's all changing, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. And you're right. Like I found that since I got involved with this, I spent a lot more time like in the community because knowledge is power, right? So we were part of it. We were part of a VR jetpack release. So your bunny has a jetpack in the metaverse yesterday. And there's like 24 hours of like monitoring it to make sure that you get in to be a part of this jetpack release. But that said, the jetpacks costed around $300, and within 24 hours, they're around about $3,500. So if you were able to find these cool projects and get around them, and you've got a little bit of coin to kind of to risk, and this is not financial advice, but you can definitely do okay. Not financial advice.
So I'm looking at this NFT sneaker at the moment.
Yes.
It's up to $10,000. Is that the one you're talking about?
Oh, listen, Luke, there's thousands of them. There's thousands.
Wow.
So sneaker artists and see, this is when I was talking about communities, every single community is super passionate about their thing. So sneakerhead will sit there online and talk about new sneakers like all day online. And so now if you can give them like a ranking system to say, like, I'm the biggest sneakerhead, I've got like the limited edition, Jordan 86 Jordans. I just made that number up. There's no 86 Jordans.
There's more than one.
So yeah, he wasn't fun. But anyways, so you know what I'm saying? In those communities, sneakerheads are going to think I'm an idiot now. But those communities, having that flex is really important. Being a part of historic content is really important. And so, yeah.
And it's all about being the first in, the first and best dressed, I suppose.
Yes, it's really, really, guys. Everyone that's listening to this tonight, you're in like the first less than 1% of the population. And NFTs are like less than a year. Like 2014, they started messing around with them. 2017, they really, really nailed them. They didn't blow up until February. And so we're in the very beginning of an entire revolution. Every single person that's listening to this could effectively have it like make a dent on the market.
Mate,
now's
thank
the
you very
time to
much.
get in.
This is, I mean, now's the time. You're absolutely right, and we're going to have to. Can I just, before we go, can we make this an NFT? This interview?
Well, okay. I want you to think bigger, because
Okay.
making this interview an NFT is okay, but at the moment, the way that you guys are monetizing this kind of, because it's content people are listening to, they want to be a part of.
Yes.
Mhm.
You built a community NFT, right? So you get let's say there's 5,000, and you can make it anything. You could make it a little animal that's your mascot, and they're different versions of the animals, and then you put them up for sale as an NFT, and you put, let's say, $100 on, just as a as an idea. 5,000, $100, easy math. That NFT, and you build rarity, platinum, gold, bronze, silver, whatever, all this rarity into them. Each of them entitles people to different access to your content. Live events, those become passes, and not only that, they become a community ticket. Some of those might be moderators. You will be able to float and raise money from your community to run your show ahead of time instead of advertising. But it gets better, because with the NFTs that we have that are smart contracts, we can drop things into those. So in one press of a button, I could drop a can of Coke into every single one of your NFTs, the holders. So now they get like, oh, wow. Our community gets a free Coke on a Friday night or whatever it is. What you're able to do with these things in terms of community engagement is transformative. Advertising gets flipped. And again, creators with audiences are suddenly empowered, and audiences feel like they're contributing.
Totally. And do we see a company like yours to build an NFT for us, or is there any go-to people?
Yeah,
like
there are lots. We're smashed. Again, like the best thing about this is a Kiwi company has, and I'm absolutely capable of saying this. It's the best NFT project in the world. Like what we did we released 6 weeks ago, which is like an eon in the NFT world, and no one's released anything that looks as good as Fluff's, has music, layers, interchangeable content, AI, smart contracts. Everyone's playing catch up. That's the good news. The bad news is that every single record label and movie and like anyone you could name has been in contact to start building out our NFTs. So we're flat out.
Right.
But there is a Facebook group called that I set up called NFTs and the Metaverse NZ. It's on Facebook. It's kind of ironic that it's on like the clunkiest, oldest thing, but it's a community. It's a group, right? And there's so many great Kiwis there that are building these out, and they're not as crazy hard as you imagine. And if you guys want to get in there, join up, ask questions away. I'll be on there, and we'll hook you up with people that can help out.
Awesome.
I mean,
Because we were thinking of doing a founders club,
Yeah.
and now we should do an NFT founders club, because I want to learn how to do this. And who's to say that the drawings have to be good, right?
Well, God, do this. Google Gary V. You guys know who Gary V is?
Yeah.
So Gary V, and he's a genius. He drew all of his, and they're rudimentary, but you get passes to V Fest for the next 3 years.
Yeah, because that's what I was thinking. I was like, let's skip the middleman. I'll do some doodles. We're on.
Yeah, that's right. And people that are supporting you, and if you build, you need to build continual value into this. So it can't just be about like cash grab and now fuck you guys. It's got to be right. And then, because the key to this is, say someone buys one of yours for $100, right? They're going to want the implied value, i.e. the access to events, the show, whatever it is. And then secondary, they're going to want the ability to maybe on-sell that if it gets really like people like, listen, there's only 1,000 people that have all this access. And people go, man, I want a membership. I want to be part of the Founders Club.
Right.
And so then someone sells it for $150. Now your entire community is like, I'm sitting on an asset here because I get the New Year's Eve pass for 30% off. I get access to cheap drinks here. It's like, it's monetization of communities on a completely different scale.
But also it makes a lot more people rich, right? It really spreads the wealth around if you think about it.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. I mean, I'm sure we'll find a way to fuck up the democratization of this as well. I'm sure Shopify will buy the whole thing. And then they just all fuck
absolutely.
again.
Yeah, Amazon NFT.
Are they going to think about changing the name? Because it does sound like a sexual disease, doesn't it?
And NFT.
Yeah.
I've got 40 NFTs.
I mean,
if you tell your grandmother.
non-fungible doesn't sound great either.
No.
So
Sounds like a fungus.
Yeah,
It does.
Fungible is a word that's been around for a very long time. It's an old word, but very few people had ever used it before now. So non-fungible tokens.
Okay.
What a way to wrap it up, guys.
Absolutely.
And on that note,
There's some amazing questions in here. I mean, there's some incredible questions in here. I wanted to read out some of them. They're gone now.
Oh, no, you can just move it up and down the screen.
scroll it.
There's one that was implying that I potentially am or was an acid dealer. I've never done.
I saw that one too, actually.
Yeah,
Hold
it's
on.
like one again.
It says,
I'm
Brooke, is acid something that just supplied in the 2000s, or are you just a proud? I'm not sure what that means.
Neither am I. Listen, it's even crazier than that. I'm really keen to try to kind of expand my mind. I've never done it. So not only am I not a dealer, I'm not even a user yet.
Have you seen 9 Perfect Strangers?
No.
Fungible.
Where did that come from?
It's Jesus.
9 Perfect Strangers is really a great that you probably don't have time. You're already, living in the digital space.
It's a bottle of Hendrix and I.
Watch it on Amazon Prime. It's amazing. It's got Nicole Kidman, whole Bobby Cannavale, if that's how you pronounce his name. And it's amazing.
Yeah, good show.
So good.
A lot of acid on there.
9 Perfect Strangers.
Yeah, 9 Perfect Strangers. There's a little bit of microdosing. There's a lot of microdosing.
So everyone's talking about it. I'm kind of impervious to peer pressure.
Love it. Mate, thank you very much for your time. I really appreciate it. Enjoy the rest of your Saturday night.
Hey, thank you guys so much. Go check it out and support great Kiwi artists.
Absolutely.
The Metaverse NZ on Facebook. Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
See you. No.
Wow.
Fungible.
He's a cool guy.
He is cool. He's lovely. I want
What's your
a
beef with him,
non-fungible
Luke?
token.
I have no beef with him, but he's very, very. Whenever I write something political, he comes in and just whips my knees away and takes the power out of my comment, which is fantastic because it's his opinion. I like Brookie, and it's just because some of his comments are very. They whip my, they take a little bit of the.
Fungible.
I whipped
How
the
you going, guys?
wind out of your stars. Benny, fact checker, what do you got?
I've just created some NFTs for the show.
Yes.
Some non-fungibles. The first one.
Shit.
Well, that's
Give us a look at my. What the fuck is going on with my face?
You're smiling.
Yeah,
I'm smiling.
I've got hair there. That's
You're
good.
smiling. Yeah.
I got to be honest. I hate to admit it, but it's not bad.
It's actually not bad at all.
It's
Yeah,
actually
so
not
I'm selling
bad.
these. That one there is 20,000. We're starting 20,000. This one here is going for 25, and this one here is going for 10,000.
What?
And that's a fact.
Thanks, mate. See you, pal.
I'm coming for you, Benny.
Is that
That's
what
not
we're
all.
worth in the street now, eh? Woohoo.
Yeah. Hey, but do you reckon though, because with bar ownership and what have you, you think about it. If you NFT'd your bar, you would be able to, promise people all the blah 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 blah. Free drinks, a free New Year's party, blah 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 blah, and then that's going to monetize stuff. You could be selling drinks before drinks.
That's
right.
a lot of blah blah blah.
Yeah, and I was thinking about in the housing market as well. There's a lot going on there. There's actually a lot going on there. I'm going to do a bit more research on that because it's like someone said to me about Bitcoin. And I said, like, I'm not into Bitcoin. And then this person said to me, well, do you just imagine the first dollar note that someone said many, many years ago, or that coin said, this coin is worth $1. And it's like, this is the new currency going forward, isn't it?
Yeah,
so
totally.
Yeah,
totally. Get in early, bang, you're in.
Yeah.
But imagine being like Luke Dello, Barfoot Thompson of the crypto world. You know what I mean? Like, you know, in a game of some sort. Imagine if you were in Fortnite. What is it? Fortnite. And, you set up a little shop there, you know?
Oh, mate, I get shot up.
Mansions.
Fortnite.
Imagine you have a little Leo Malloy running around. Jeez, he wouldn't
Causing trouble. That's bloody good.
Hello.
Oh boy.
Yeah. Oh, that's not very nice.
I am. Yeah, well, that's a bit, but that was a heavy topic to start with on a Saturday, guys. Great.
I like
Yeah.
that. What are you talking about?
But you know
What
what?
are you- What are
If you
you
haven't
doing?
won lotto, you're interested in trying to make a windfall somewhere. And if you're not in the
Yeah.
housing market, this is another great opportunity to get in there.
We're all
and-
not in real estate here, Luke, you know?
Yeah.
Oh no, I'm not
Right.
saying.
Going here.
Hey, but how do you? What my question I didn't have a chance to ask is, if I want to buy, I'll get the shoebox out of under the bed here. Who do I give the shoebox of money to?
Oh, so I think that he mentioned the page name, and I might message him and get the page name again, and we can put it up. Benny, maybe you could put it up so that we can follow it.
Yeah.
And get some info. I'm interested because, you know, I'm not a first, what is it called? An early adopter. I'm not an early adopter. I'm quite a wary person. And so I feel like, unfortunately, this is my worst nightmare, that everything's going to go digital, and I just hate it. But maybe I'm just going to just test it out. Maybe I'm going to go, okay, well, let's just call it what it is.
Yeah,
Let's get into it early.
So you put your money, so I suppose you would buy with your credit card some cryptocurrency in Bitcoin or Ethereum, and that would go to your wallet, your crypto wallet, mate. And
Yes.
then you would start buying NFTs depending on what the exchange rate was. So if you put 10,000 in, that would XYZ, whatever cryptocurrency.
Be like
you
one
put,
Bitcoin.
and then off you go.
But I've got to go. This is my piece of art that I'm let's say hypothetically, a 10th owner of.
Yeah. I mean, or you can buy something. I mean, that is the Bitcoin thing. You can buy a whole Bitcoin or part of a Bitcoin.
No, the NFT though.
Yeah, but an NFT you could buy outright. So you can buy one for $10,000 or 5 cents.
And how do you? My point is, how do I get that NFT? Or does this metaphor?
It's a JPEG. It's a picture.
Yeah.
It's like sending a logo.
But this
So
one
you would-
moves and interactive and all that type of stuff. And I think you find them on just find where you buy NFTs. There's big galleries. In fact, I think we're going to bring back our fact checker now. I think he's got some details on how to do that, Luke. So bear with us.
Yeah, I started
What's the
doing
latest on that?
Well, I started doing some fact checking, and it was way too boring. So I thought I'd draw Brooke Howard-Smith,
Hey,
Wow,
that's awesome.
Jesus, how did you do that?
and
So
that
quick?
one there's 2.8 billion blockchains. And remember, it's based on the Lego blockchain, and it's confirmed on the Heath ledger.
Gotcha, mate. Thank you very much for that. Very important bits of information. We won't forget that.
Really
Hey,
quite impressed with his drawings.
Yeah, I'm
You've got your Papinelle things that your pajamas that you're
That's
putting
right.
people on the draw for, right?
I am. So, if you saw the previous 2 nights, I was wearing some pajamas that looked soft, silky, comfortable, beautiful, and they are all of those things. And I'm giving away a pair. Big thanks to Papinelle Sleepwear. And all you have to do is go over to the Papinelle Sleepwear page, follow that Instagram, come over to our Instagram, follow us. You're in the draw. Tag a friend, tag 10 friends.
You weren't wearing those last night. I saw when I saw you, Sophia.
No, I
just-
was wearing my Papinelle ones. These are a friend of mine. It's Small Town Wild. It's a lounge set.
Oh yeah.
I once wore on this show the same pajamas 3 times in a row, and someone dragged me for it. So I thought, I suppose I'll change my pajamas. But how many times do you change your pajamas? We all know you go to bed nude, Luke. But what about the rest of you? How often do you change your pajamas?
That's a good poll.
Can I ask how you would know that, Sophia? Did he say that in a show?
Oh,
Maybe.
Sophia knows how I
I know everything about Luke.
Yeah, there's that.
You know,
No, he told us last night. We did a poll. Or was it the night before? We discussed it in depth.
The night before there, Sophia.
Where is your lovely robe, though?
Oh, it's in the dry cleaners. It's in the dry cleaners. The Chinese
I
lady
bet it is.
cleaning it now. She's a lovely lady. But
I don't know if warehouse robes are dry clean only, but I like that you're supporting the local businesses that are probably.
Oh, you've got it. I'm expecting it because it's made out of plastic. It's going to shrink down and probably be a bit more comfy.
It's going to be an NFT by the end of tomorrow.
Exactly, a little buddy.
Weirdly, I think Luke's got a collection of ladies' clothes. Just lying around the place.
Absolutely, some high heels. 100% a dress.
Well, yeah, I must admit, I do have some lacy G-strings there and a few bits and pieces. You get a bit lonely at night sometimes. Yeah.
You need some props.
Yeah.
I bet they smell fungible as well. Jeepers.
Oh,
it's a fantastic extra large ladies store in Otahu that I go to and just hang out there.
The carpenter's daughter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But how do you know about that one, Thane?
Oh, I've driven past it.
I think isn't that one's in Three Kings, or it used to be on the corner, wasn't it?
It was.
Yeah. Oh.
What's Michelle got to say? She's got a message here. I don't wear jammies, can't get my pants up, lol. I sleep in my clothes and then put them in the wash the next morning. Fair enough.
That's
Bless you, Michelle.
Yeah,
you know what? My youngest child refuses to wear pajamas. Absolutely flat tack refuses. Will only wear a dress and occasionally a jumper. I have to dress her in something like if I need to put pajama pants on her, I have to do it while she's asleep.
Well, that's yes, and she'd be scoring. Yeah,
she just doesn't like them. She tells me every day, I can't wait for summer, Mama. I can wear my dresses.
Have you not tried to put in the Papinelle PJs?
Well, that's actually a very good idea, and maybe I should. I'd have better luck, I think. Yes, I do ask that everybody support me in this Papinelle sleepwear situation. I really want to give them away, and I really want to have lots of people enjoy this opportunity so that we can get more opportunities like this. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, we know what you're saying.
Okay,
absolutely.
Awesome.
What size do you have there? Is it just one size fits all, or?
No, we can do any size, so whatever size you need.
Yeah.
They've got small, medium, and large. I wear a medium. I'm probably a size 10, and they're quite big. It's more probably a 12 to 14, that medium, but I like them quite loose just so I can slobble around. And
jammies should be loose if you do wear them.
Be.
I don't know, but when I was a kid, I used to wear them. They used to be loose.
Yeah, you don't want
you don't want bulges. You don't want bulges everywhere during the night.
No thanks. No.
Bulges.
Don't want to tear.
No.
Hey, there's a rugby game coming up in about 7 minutes' time, everybody. So we'll keep an eye on that for you. Also, a little after 10 o'clock, we're talking gratitude and journaling. That's probably like a Wednesday night interview, and we've learned a lesson on that. But Luke, I need you to kind of make it entertaining if possible.
I definitely will be doing that. No problem at all. Who are we talking to?
Oh, Stacey says PJ's rock. Stacey, go over to our Instagram. Follow us. Follow the Papinelle Instagram and then comment if you haven't already. Jody says, I used to love going to the Peter Alexander shop in Sylvia Park only because when you walked in, the store smelled amazing with the scent that flows through the store. It does. It is so nice. They've got beautiful candles in there, but they are a rip off.
I tell you what, you've shopped in New York. You've shopped in New York before there, Sophia.
I've never been to New York. I've been all over the States and I've never been to New York.
Well, I have.
Cool.
Anyway, any big American store over there, you just go into those shops and they just push out these lovely scents. And it's just like going into a nightclub. You actually don't like it, but you look around and you go, wow, look at that. You smell good. They've got this beautiful woman and men going, hey, you're looking great. Hey. And
they're very good at it, aren't they?
They are just the best shopkeepers in the world.
Yes.
I mean, you just don't go to your fruiterer here in Auckland, you just, a bit different, you know what I mean? But those New York sort of stores or any major New York
department stores, they smell amazing.
Yeah,
and you get free gifts too.
That's right. And I'll tell you who's now the smell in store is Smith & Co.
Oh, yeah.
They have
can't pull off the department store like the States, though. We just don't go there. Is it because it's on Queen Street and Queen Street's a hole?
No, it's probably that smell of that blue rinse sort of perfume that goes around with the old people that go there.
Oh, come on, guys. Honestly, it's a beautiful place. I mean, we only go there once a year when taking the kids for the Christmas photo.
Oh yeah.
I just booked, by the way.
Yeah.
If you haven't booked, get in there because all those weekend dates are going like that.
Are you still? Is Santa Claus still allowed these days? Are we allowed to put kids on Santa Claus's knee?
No, they put up a big screen. Everyone wears masks. The last one was pretty weird. I don't know. He
had his hands up here, sit on my knee.
He actually made the kids jump on his pretend
Oh, he's got a plastic leg.
sand, like what's that thing called? Like the
Looks
thing
like
that
it.
pulls them? A reindeer. And he was like, yeah, everybody pretend you're riding a horse. And we're like, what the fuck?
But
We're just trying to get this Christmas photo.
Let's backstory this. We go in there and Santa's this Māori dude like Billy T. And he's just like, cuz, yeah, come around here, guys. And it's just like, I don't know, I love it. And, you got to have a diverse Santa. But we were looking for, kind of like, New York Santa, with the big lights and the big fluffy thing and the big, but yeah, this guy wasn't that guy.
Mid conversation goes, where do you guys stay? We're like, oh, Beachlands. He's like, oh yeah, I love Beachlands. I'm like, shut up, you're Santa. You don't know where Beachlands is.
That's interesting. That's quite funny. Because Santas are actually trained, actually not to say a lot. They're trained. They are trained. There's a Santa school, a Santa University that they go to become qualified to get your uniform, get your Santa hat. So therefore, that is a bad Santa.
It was a bit of a bad Santa.
Like he was a courier, and like the real Santa, he kind of didn't come in or something. And this like, can you just whack this on? We got a line of people. Seriously, we'll give you $500. He's going, yeah, choice, bro. No worry. Where should I sit, cuz? And I was like, oh god.
Have you been to India over Christmas? All the Santas had turbans with a pom-pom on the top. It's quite. Maybe the fact checker can check that out, but because you're lying, but it's true. They have turbans with a.
I feel like you're joking.
Benny, I brought Brady to the conversation. Can you check on an Indian Santa, please?
Bring us up.
I don't want to bridge the gap between a racist joke.
Right now.
Thanks, mate. Okay, we'll come back to you in a split. Are you sure about this? We're trusting you here, Leek. We're going with your gut feeling. You saying
100%. In 1994, I went through Delhi, Christmas going up to London, and I really did go through and saw an Indian Santa with a turban with a big what? There's one. Oh, not a lot.
Holy mackerel!
There he is. There he is on the top right there. There he is. There. Something very similar to that. Santa Claus in India.
Okay.
You guys see that there?
Yeah, we see him.
Yep, that's the one there. And well, I don't know if it's that one exactly because he did have a dark beard. Because that's just the way it is. I mean, Santa's Santa was actually derived by. There he is. I saw him there. There's another one there derived by Coca-Cola. I think it's an American.
That's correct. Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
Thank you very much, man. Appreciate that, Benny. It's it's Indian Santa. I thought it was a myth. But, no.
Yep, lives in the Ganges.
What age did you talk about the Santa conversation? Like with your children?
When I'm not going to ever talk about it.
Can I actually tell you a little secret?
Okay.
Every Christmas Eve, I still look it up in the sky and try to find Santa coming.
What a loser!
Every Christmas.
Thane?
Sorry.
Christmas is my favorite holiday, and I tell my girls go.
Yeah.
All my friends at school are saying this isn't real, and I was like, they can say whatever they want, but you will never hear it from my mouth that Santa's not real. Because do you love presents? Yes.
Yep.
So do I. I don't want to risk it, girls. Let's just stick to the plan. Bake the cookies, put them out. This guy's bringing the goods.
100%. And also, the kids go, what are we going to get for Santa? I said, do you still believe in Santa? Yes. Oh, I'm not too sure because Santa will just bring something along. I keep that tradition going. Hey, look, if you want to just fluff it away, it's up to them or lie and then whatever.
The thing is life is, when you grow up, there is very little that is mysterious. There is very little that is magical. left for you in this world when you get past the age of, I don't know, 20, maybe younger. So why rob them of some sort of enjoyment and just believing that there's something beautiful and like doing something extra? It feels cute, like putting the little Santa feet down or nibbling the cookie or, you know, just everything. I just think it's so special. All that.
Yeah. Because one year I actually got dressed up as Santa, and that's
a risk because they can smell you coming.
And I was in their bedroom, and I got my wife to take a photo of it back then. Take a photo of me and blurred it up. And the kids,
that's cool.
Yeah, pretty good,
That's
eh?
cool.
That's
very
sweet.
good.
Back in the day, the good old days. But I don't believe in the Easter Bunny.
It's confused, isn't it?
Well, why?
What the hell?
I'll tell you why. Luke.
It's realistic, right? The bunny. I'm sorry.
It's confused because you've got a bunny and then you got eggs. What is the crossover with the eggs and the bunny? You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's two different animals. I'll admit that it's a little weird.
Yeah. What about the Easter chicken? Or was it?
I always say to the girls that I just help out. I just help out. You know, the eggs appear and then I do a wee bit of a hidey thing.
I do a little bit of
they
hunting.
snapped me with the bag of eggs.
I do a little bit of hunting and shoot rabbits, and so the Easter bunnies are non-existent in our household.
Fair enough.
There goes one.
Rabbits? Are you just clearing the land, or are you eating them, or what are you doing?
Oh, I eat them, mate. They're beautiful. Eat rabbits, goats, deer, tar. Beautiful. Take the back straps off it. Just slow. Oh, it's good.
Stop 10 seconds ago. Bloody hell.
Gorgeous.
I remember when I was, say, about 7 years old, maybe 6, I went to my auntie's house in the country, and it was a pig with spray paint on it. I was like, why is that pig got spray paint on it? And I'm like, we'll show you. And then there was my auntie came out who was a lesbo. So she was like Arnold.
You can't say that.
No, I'm just saying, she was alternative lifestyle. And God bless her. Yeah. So anyway, she comes out with this massive big bloody machete, and the pig's running around, slits its throat, and the pig is running around with blood gushing out of it. Wow. And then grabs it like a hammer type thing and smashes it to its head until it's dead. And I'm like, traumatized. I could not believe it. It was the first thing I've ever seen killed.
Oh my Lord, that is a bit,
it's hardcore, isn't it?
Disgusting.
That
is absolutely disgusting.
And I think they thought it was
help with that. This is your problem?
I think so. Yeah, that's why I like bacon so much. I don't know, but anyways, I think about that first time of watching it. I'm like, I didn't kind of like everyone's going, let's go fishing, but I never went fishing till I was about 13 or 14 because I always tried to save the fish. When they were pulling them up. So, I was like, was that quite probably? Yeah. So that's how it's got me.
What about the tooth fairy? I believe in the tooth fairy.
I
think that's
the tooth fairy for us, Honey knows because cash is not king anymore. So I'm like,
these
I'll
king.
obviously cash into your sharesies, and she's like.
This is breaking news, guys. We've just released these NFTs on the blockchain, and I tell you, they're going absolutely gangbusters. Sophia, right now, your one is actually doing really, really well. And,
thanks, Benny. I love that you feel bad about before, and now you're trying to make it up to me.
Yeah, I even did the hair and did a bit of a touch-up job.
Out my hair.
But I just want to just show how Luke, he almost looks like some kind of like hospitality superhero. Those glasses almost look like a
hold that up, mate. Yeah, you know what I'd like if Luke ever goes missing, I'd like them to use this photo because you'd know exactly who it was.
Not that one.
What about Thane? Thane looks a little concerned.
Yeah,
I love the nose.
Yeah, you never quite know where the ink's going to land. And of course, Brooke Howard-Smith, the mastermind himself. So I think it's all very positive, of course.
You've done well, actually.
Well, mate.
I appreciate you. Do you want to see the picture I tried to draw of myself?
Yes.
Please.
Just quickly.
Oh dear.
Oh.
Somebody
That
That was
go
the
on
first.
that.
Hey.
Yeah. So I'm still learning.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Can you put that on the website?
It's on.
All right, guys, we've got a special guest on the line. Hold there. Nicky, welcome to the program. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Very good, thank you.
Good. How
Yeah,
are you?
can you hear me?
Yes.
Good.
Loud and
Thank
clear.
you.
Now, we were,
Good.
at the top of the show, I was talking about gratitude journaling and how we were going to be talking to you tonight. Why don't you walk us through, for those people who don't know what the hell a gratitude journal is, what you guys do?
Well, I mean, my business is just me, really. But so yeah, I create and publish a range of gratitude and resilience journals, and they're basically mental health resources. So there's lots of scientific evidence out there around the idea of positive psychology and using, simple tools like gratitude and things like meditation and mindfulness to basically change behaviors and improve your well-being. So yeah.
I actually bought
So I
the
create those
mindset
products.
journal for our two eldest daughters when we lived in Bali, and I got it all bound for them. And I'm telling you right now, that made an overwhelmingly fantastic difference in their lives. They just loved it. They had like little worksheets and things that they could do. And I was like, man, maybe there's something in this. I can't get committed enough to sit down with a journal because I feel like my life's very busy. How do you carve out that time to actually journal? Is there one that's faster and more effective for people who want to do it, but they're just kind of time poor?
Well, it's one of those things. Either you love journaling or you don't. If you've got a predisposition to journaling, that's fantastic. But I've got two boys, 11 and 13. They don't necessarily like journaling. They dabble occasionally, but we talk about it at home a lot, and we talk about the concepts behind it, and we, the tools that my husband and I use when we're talking to the kids and when we're discussing about how our day went, all that kind of stuff. We bring that around the dinner table, and like especially in lockdown at the moment, my 13-year-old does not like doing schoolwork. His mindset really suffers, so we just focus on that. We focus on what he's good at and what's going right rather than what's going wrong. So it's just those concepts around just trying to flip the mood from one of always thinking of the negative to trying to flip it around to what's going right and what's happening in your life that is good. So yeah, it's hard. I mean, I always say to people, it's not a magic pill. You can't just buy a journal and suddenly, your well-being is going to be better. It is a behavior change, and if you can set it into your routine to do it regularly, fantastic. But not everyone is that is into that.
Yeah.
So
Some
yeah,
people
it's
could
kind of
say-
a hard one. I don't like to push people to do it.
Hi,
Some people
Nicky.
think
How are you?
journaling
Luke
is
Hello here. I've actually, my eyes are watering here a little bit. And the only reason they're watering is that I made a curry today, and I've got a bit of chili in my eye, and I'm crying. It's fantastic. Hey, I've got a little bit of a journal that I've got there. It's about present happenings. So what I'm in the present, being in the moment, my happenings in the moment, and I do that kind of like daily. And it's not a diary. It's not a to-do list, is it? It's about discovering your inner self.
No. Yeah, and it's like you don't want to feel guilt. Like with a diary, this is why we created journals. Is with a diary, you feel guilty if you don't do it every day, and you feel like you have to do it every day, because if you miss a day, you're like, oh well, what was I grateful for yesterday? And you go back to that. So that's why we created journals. It's all about doing it when you feel like you really want to do it. And as you say, it's being in that moment and really focusing on what you have in your life now that's going right.
Yeah.
And there's actually lots of science around not doing it every day. If you do it every day, it becomes a chore. So the science around it is 3 to 4 times a week. being really specific about, you know, I'm grateful for example, I'm grateful for my legs. Well, yeah. So you might say I'm grateful for my legs, but you could say, well, I'm grateful for my legs because they're strong and they allow me to walk in nature. And when I walk in nature, it makes me feel calm and,
So someone like Michelle's got no legs, Nicky. What would you say to her? Be grateful for what?
Oh, look.
Well, you can be grateful for so many things. You can be grateful for the sunshine. You can be grateful for Kai in your belly. You know, you could be grateful for having a conversation with the best mate. There's so many simple things that a lot of us already have.
You could be grateful for the hair you got left, you know. So.
exactly. I mean, there's this thing called hedonistic happiness, and when, you know, we have these happiness boosts when we get a new car, we get a new job, we might something awesome happens to us, but our happiness baseline always comes down to what, you know, is our normal baseline, right? Gratitude helps you to raise that baseline, and it's all about the simple things.
So you write your journal for gratitude only, because gratitude is very powerful, isn't it? It's very powerful, and it's amazingly powerful. And I'm a big believer the universe will provide. Is that how powerful it is?
Well, yeah. I mean, the research behind it focuses also on what it brings back to you. So you might be grateful about what somebody else has done for you, and so that brings back a sense of self-worth. Well, they've taken time out of their day, they didn't have to do something for you, so therefore it gives you that positive feeling of self-worth in yourself as well. So that's the power behind it. But it doesn't have to be just about gratitude. I mean, gratitude is one of the tools we talk about. We talk about a whole resilience toolkit, and gratitude is one of the tools. Another one is focusing on your strengths. So what you have in your abilities now that you do really well. And it might be things like honesty. It might be that you're optimistic. It might be that you're good at problem solving. They're your strengths. So focusing on those things and using those things to move forward and to change your mindset. So, yeah.
I've noticed you've got a pussycat. What's her name? Behind you. You got a pussy thing behind you.
Yeah. I've got two cats.
Oh, well, what are they? What types of cats are they?
No, they're just rescue cats. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Very cool. Hey, so do you make it easy for people to, get into journaling or continue on? You've got a business, right? Why don't you walk us through that quickly?
Well, I hope I make it easy. I sell on my website, but I've also just gotten my journals into the warehouse and the warehouse stationery. So they're also starting a campaign next week. So a certain, I think, $3 per product sold, per journal sold, goes to their mental health partners, their charity partners. But yeah, I've got a whole heap of smaller retail as well. I don't want to forget the small guys, little shops, gift shops and bookstores around New Zealand and Australia. But yeah, I also work with a lot of schools, so we get our journals into schools. I do a kids journal and a teenage journal as well. So we get those into schools. And I've also worked with Oranga Tamariki. They've bought journals for all kids in foster care. So yeah, I'm hoping to spread that message around. So yeah, especially a lot of schools at the moment, they're focusing on the well-being of their kids rather than the literacy and numeracy, which is awesome. So
awesome.
Another question for you, Nicky, which is it important to write a journal, or can I talk to a dictaphone journal or type it out? What would you recommend? I mean, sometimes
really,
what
it's
could it be?
Whatever. Yeah, it's whatever you are comfortable with. I mean, I have people sometimes comment on my posts on Facebook, and they say, I can get a $2 journal at Kmart. And always say, look, that's great. Just start. Like, it doesn't have to be one of my products. If you want to start journaling, then do it. There's plenty of apps around where you can use. Or, as I said, it's just sitting around the dinner table with your family and talking about what's awesome that happened that day, what went right, all those little things that all add up to, the same theme around gratitude. So, yeah, you don't have to journal.
Awesome. Well, we really appreciate your time on that. And so where are we going? We're going to the warehouse station, you say, or what's your website that we can possibly buy them online?
Yeah, the website is theawesomeinc.co.nz.
Excellent. Hey,
Amazing. Thank you so much.
Thank you much for your time. Appreciate
You're welcome.
it.
Thank you.
See ya.
Yeah.
See ya. Good. See ya. Journaling, I might give it a go. Especially if you can manifest something like 12 million bucks with Lotto. Benny, we're going to bring you in here now. What do you got with the facts? Is it something to do with journaling?
Dear Journal, I am grateful for my valuable NFTs that I have created tonight. I am also grateful for Nicky for sharing knowledge and BHS for getting me into NFTs at entry level. I am also grateful for NZ broadcasting personality Thane Kirby. I will aim to focus on my strengths to move forward and change my mindset.
Awesome. Thank you very much.
He sounds like the cripple, the real bright cripple guy, that died recently.
Stephen Hawking.
That's it.
I appreciate you. I take that as a compliment.
It's a great website. She's done really well, though.
Appreciate
In all seriousness, this is cranking,
Yeah.
and it's a great product.
What was the website?
Theawesomeinc.co.nz, and it's really bloody hard to get into retailers like the Warehouse and the Warehouse Stationery. They are cutthroat.
Right. Yeah.
Like price point wise, cutthroat. If your stuff doesn't sell, you're out. It's really it's a hard thing to do. So big ups to her. That's awesome.
What I'd like to see is some actual callers come through. Just click the link on our post or send us a message. It'll appear on screen. But why don't I invite some people coming through?
Yeah.
That'd be good.
The guests have come.
Yeah,
They've given their wonderful knowledge. It's now your turn. Get on in here.
Let's go through
some comments.
I had a little thought today that you could bring up in the show. And I just want to do something on level 4. Do you think the sex workers are working at level 4? We could actually ring one of them up if Benny Mac could ring one of them up and just see if they're working. Is that especially possibly, I don't know, any type of sex worker really. I'm not interested myself. I'm just interested whether they're working behind the scenes, Because last night, around about 11:30, there was a knock on the door next door to my place. I'm just saying, hello, who was that? And I put my head out, and she had a long coat on.
Yeah, could you just one moment? Sorry, mate. Yes, hi. Yeah, is this the the whorehouse? Oh, superb. I'm just wondering, are you running under level 4 protocol? Oh, you are? Oh, that's great. Okay, so yep. Okay, scan the QR code at the door. Yes. What's that? Hand sanitizer on your penis? Okay, fair enough. Appropriate PPE. Okay.
Mask.
Masks. Are they necessary? Are they only necessary? Okay. All right. Perfect. Sounds good. Okay. Yep. Sounds good. Yes, they are. Okay. Yeah. Okay. I'll see you there.
Fantastic.
We'll be done in 10 minutes. I'll be down in 15.
Thanks, matey.
Thanks. It's an interesting sort of fact, though. I mean, we're all about hospitality running out of money. What about them? They must be.
I think most of like strippers have become OnlyFans content creators, and they're selling their content online on a subscription based on many platforms. But for sex work, I'm not sure. And for those people who are sex addicts, it must be a tough time if you're locked up by yourself and you haven't got a meeting to go to.
Surely you can do Zoom meetings and stuff as well if you're running your program, right?
Yeah. Oh, yes. Like you sit on your left hand to make it numb or something like that, or what do you do there?
What?
What are we talking about?
You know, if they like Sex Addicts Anonymous and Alcoholics Anonymous, it's called running your program.
Oh,
you know, when you're doing it right. You know what I'm saying? So I'm sure they've got Zoom meetings and stuff.
yes.
Big Logie says, yeah, mate, bangers are running 200%.
Oh,
Well,
I think yes, then.
no,
Michelle says All Blacks. Yeah. All Blacks 7, Argentina 3. For those of you who are tuned in religiously to us, thank you. And that is the score. What have we got here? Stacey agreed with me. Thank you, Stacey. I think that was, well, here we go. You, Jodie Clark. Yep, that's about Santa. Does Talkback with Thane and Sophia continue after lockdown lifts? This show is like a new NFT.
It is,
Thank
isn't
you,
it?
Josh.
Most definitely.
I think it will.
I think it will. I'd like to continue on. Put a bit
Me
of a
too.
in the work.
Yeah, it's a bit of a. I think the Saturday ones are going to be a little bit.
Tough.
Are going to be tough because you might be out and all that type of stuff, but and maybe the midweek ones could be tough. You might be stuck in a long meeting or whatever, but we're going to make sure we keep consistent, right, guys?
Yeah, we had great guests on, like Brooke Howard-Smith and the journalist that Sunglass guy last night. He was fantastic. I really
He
enjoyed
was
him.
great, wasn't he?
He's a character, and then a musician too. There's lots out there, so let's get it out there, all fans. It's
So
just
many people out there.
Yeah.
time
And
on
also, you guys can help us now by sharing this post to your Facebook page so we can bring some people in and increase the audience. What's the gossip on Auckland's economic loss from lockdown? Luke, you can get in there very shortly and talk about that. Another one from Big Logie, who's watching on Twitch. And if MIQ will stay in Auckland, I'm not sure about that. And Michelle,
No, I would say so.
is yes, I'd love to have you guys stay online after lockdown. And we're going to do
Also,
that, Michelle.
Zared said evening. Good evening, Zared. And Sam says, Duke Lalo, do you feel inspired that you've made it to show 5 with some of New Zealand's broadcasting royalty? I'm assuming he's talking about me.
well, I do feel inspired. And hey, look, all I've got to say is I built Thane up to where he is. So I've been the man behind Thane and the man in front of Sophia.
Great line. Fantastic. And that's what you hear, Luke. That's what you hear.
That's right. Absolutely. Whatever you said. Paul Shaw, if you're still there. Sorry, I just saw this. Did you go to the Steiner School? I did. I did go to the Steiner School. I'm assuming you did too.
We both went to St. Peter's, didn't we?
That's right.
Really.
College. We had the good grace of a good education, a Catholic education. I wasn't touched. I don't know about you, Thane.
Wasn't touched, no.
Thane was always a bit gutted, though. He used to say, why not? Everyone else,
Got touched?
What?
Everyone else around me were, falling like flies. But, they left me off the menu.
That's
not
always
a great thing to be jealous of, though. Other people's trauma.
I mean,
Let's not go there.
It's basically all schools. Dilworth done it. Takapuna Granners, Steiners. What's Steiners?
Steiner School's an alternative school.
For piano players.
Is it
Piano
Jewish?
players.
No, it's not Jewish. It's like Lord of the Rings school.
Oh, like you got pokey hats and stuff like that.
So I learned a lot of like craft work. So things like gardening or metalwork, woodwork, knitting, just shit you can't use in real life.
Right. But it's not like that one down at Christchurch, that Brethren one with a common.
No. But I was raised in ashram for a while as well. So that was sort of more like that, but less. Well, it could have been just as weird, but I was quite young, so who really knows?
Hey, Benny, are you able to throw a link up that people can join us in the comments, mate? Is that easy for you to do? Or is it tough?
Now, Big Logie says
okay, we can get on that. Sorry, I'm just going through my. This is all my my journaling that I've been going through over the last through things of the fact checking, and I tell you, it is up the wazoo. But what I have found is Papinelle. I tell you,
Yeah.
and a luxurious, high-end quality brand. If you haven't seen the photo on the Facebook already, you get to see Sophia here over in her well, not her birthday suit, but her bedroom suit. And it's a glamorous photo. You look great in that photo. Is that a selfie?
Thanks very much, Benny. That is a selfie, yes.
Oh, shoot. I've got to get my selfie game up. I was talking about last week how I used the body sort of slimming filter on a photograph that I had. And man, oh man, it paid in dividends. So, yeah.
At the whole house?
Wow, what's the time?
What's a dividend? What's a dividend in a whorehouse, Benny Mac?
What's that, my friend?
Well, what's a dividend in a whorehouse?
No. I'm saying the pajamas, beautiful pajamas, and
Oh, look, for people who weren't there, Benny showed us a profile picture of himself where he took a beautiful photo and then used a slimming app. What he's saying is it's paid in dividends because people think he's slimmer and hotter than actual life. And I'm making a joke saying, did that pay in dividends down the whorehouse? Because he said he was going to the whorehouse. Long story short, wee bit of a joke there.
Yeah, most of the things I say on the show are jokes. Take it with a grain of salt, ladies and gents. It's all for the jokes. I'm just trying to think of something preposterous to say when the camera comes on me. That's sort of how it works.
Great job. Yeah.
Now, someone's just come up with an interesting note here. Stay there, Benny. Sweet Jesus. It is the perfect evolution of beards.
Oh, yeah, it is, isn't it?
I'm hoping that I'm not included in that.
Not the bearded lady?
Around the room.
I bloody well hope not.
That's the first.
What order is it? Good afternoon from Norway, he says. Oh my God, good afternoon from Norway. Good evening from New Zealand. That's cool.
I tell you what, Polar
No,
Nights.
the lady are not included. Fair enough.
Thanks.
Polar Nights, if you want to follow us on Talkback with Thane and Sophia, the Facebook page, it's open now. There's a link there. Or it
I
could
can get
be,
it for you.
yeah. We would
And
love
you can
to
jump
have you
on here
That'd be
in
amazing.
video.
Yeah.
I'd speak Swedish.
Oh, yes. Go.
There's
There's a time and place Luke will probably be not allowed on the show.
It's the, you know what I was thinking? That's the sound he makes when he tickles you.
Why would you go to
If you
that?
want a
I like the
horrific
automatic-
story.
He looks like a tickler too, doesn't he, from way back?
Gucci,
By the time 10:30, it starts all normal at 9. By the time
Yeah.
10:30 rolls around, people are tickling and it's all gone to hell. Selena Ann says, you're all gorgeous. Thank you, Selena. Back at you.
I really want to get this Polar Nights on. I'd love to go live to Norway and check it out. Oh, you know what? Can you get two on the phone? He's just got a documentary in the documentary festival in New Zealand. And so he said he was going to chat to us tonight. So if he's around, we'll bring him in. He's in Portugal right now.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
So in Portugal, any drug pretty much is legal over there. And because it ain't no big thing, people just roll with it, and there's next to no addiction. Sophia looks gorgeous, much nicer than all the hair on the other faces.
Thank you so much, Stacey. That's very lovely. It's all from Daily Wellness, my own company. Shameless promotion. Got all the nice bioactives, botanicals, natural skincare.
What's Tickles
No
looking
one's
at?
listening. Tickles is confused.
I'm just trying to find the trying to ring up an Indian in Bombay just to see how practiced my Indian language.
Oh,
Stacey, Thane mentioned that you are at the Skin Institute. Surely we could give away a little facial at some point to the listeners, right?
yeah, Emma Rock is working with you. And
Yes.
she's a friend of the show.
She's a friend of the show and a friend of mine. And Thane's.
I love the beard man. Sadly, I cannot risk getting a beard at this time of my life, says Polar Nights.
It's a risky business at any time of your life, you know. Once you've got a beard, then people get used to it and then you can never take it off.
I want to know, though, Dello, how do you dye yours? What's the secret there?
Oh, I put it in the sun, really. I mean, I'm a natural. I'm just ringing up the KFC in Bombay, India.
Oh, look, Stacey said we can do that. Awesome. Stacey, how about this? We'll do that, and Daily Wellness will give away something as well. We'll do a combo together. I'll message you.
Do you condition your beards, boys? Do you put conditioner in your beards?
Yeah, I do.
Yep. Do you shampoo and condition?
Do you?
Yeah. So when I'm doing what little hair I do have, I
Yes.
move it down here with a shampoo and a conditioner.
Yes. And you go lower?
Oh, everywhere.
Yeah, body wash.
You shampoo and condition your nether regions.
Yeah, why not? Don't you?
Yeah, what I like to do is I usually like to use sort of, Schwarfiga. If I'm having any real stubborn dirt on my lower body, Schwarfiga. It's an industrial strength hand cleaner.
It's green, isn't it?
This is awful.
Jiff your skin to keep it fresh.
I like doing the dryer too, and everywhere, and get the beard going. And
shit, yeah. Maybe even a put 2-in-1 conditioner, a 2-in-1. Something like that. You
guys remember Timothée?
Oh,
yeah,
beautiful.
He was a nice guy. He was a great guy.
Timothée.
Oh, one of the best was the apple shampoo. Remember apple shampoo? Delicious.
Love that. I used to eat that all the time.
Yeah.
What? You used to eat it?
Oh, it smelled so good, didn't it?
My favorite is the coconut. Oh, the coconut body wash. Extraordinary. And I think there's even one that's called like milk and honey. It's like, that's milk and honey, baby.
Remember Noshka?
Yeah, why don't they just have like one that smells like money? It's I feel like I'm rubbing filthy money all over my naked body.
Yeah, I love the idea.
But I mean, they make these candles with strange flavors and scents. I mean, hot garbage, you can, they're sort of bottling it and candling all sorts of scents these days. KFC did one. The KFC sort of spicy. Oh, here we go.
Take the school live. Come on, speak up.
Luke speaking.
Yes, good evening. It's Bombay Takeaway.
Oh, good day, mate. How are you? I was just wondering if you could make a delivery in Auckland, level 4.
Please, Lord, cut him off.
Hello. Hello.
Where, sir?
I know. Do you do a delivery, level 4 Bombay delivery?
Whereabouts?
New Zealand, Auckland.
Thane.
Where are you from?
Sophia's not.
Sophia's horrified.
I am from Auckland.
Okay, all right. I don't want to go into I don't want to have an argument with Sophia. She's frozen even. That's how horrified she is. Oh my God.
I'm not frozen. I'm just not moving. I'm giving you the eyes. Like, if you don't can it, I'm going to beat your ass.
She's not having the casual racism, mate. You got to.
Polar Nights says, what company is it that you have, ma'am? Can you put up my little Instagram there? It's called Daily Wellness Polar Nights, and we ship to Norway.
Yeah, like, I mean, to be honest, I don't know who Luke called just then, but I don't think that he called like an Indian restaurant, because the guy that answered, his accent was just about as bad as Luke's. So I mean, just between you and me, I think
we used to have some great phone call. I like that great phone call.
I did this legendary prank phone call where I prank called Jeans West Tasmania and complained about a pair of malfunctioning jeans.
Oh.
Yeah.
Remember
It
that
was-
time
it was
that I bought you
legendary.
those really expensive jeans and then we went to Dunedin and you bent over and you split them up the bum and then didn't realize and then you wore them all day until you turned around and I realized. I was like, hey, your jeans have split up the bum. It was amazing.
So embarrassing, that, isn't it? It's
Yeah,
so
No
but
one
embarrassing.
likes my pants.
That
No one
explained why your ass felt so breezy that day.
It was
It wasn't just the climate.
And you know what? You know
How
what,
long
mate?
has this been?
Benny,
He's like
that's what
thinking to
happened.
himself, damn, this is the first time I haven't had swamp ass in weeks.
Yeah, yeah. That's how it worked. That's how it worked. I was like, what is this? This is like,
And you'd only taken one pair of jeans and we had to go somewhere like Jeans West to go and get another pair. It was just this awful.
Nightmare.
It's awful.
That's
The
why I'm
trick
always
with that, I
behind
think,
you,
is
Thane.
sorry, what was that, mate?
That's why I'm always the man behind you, just waiting for that opportunity.
Yeah, I know.
I think the trick with that is if you're a guy that splits his pants often, you have to start wearing denim boxers, you know. So in case if it splits, you've sort of got that second layer of breakaway sort of ass pad.
Well, the
You
thing
know?
is, you know, I'm not quite onto elastic pants yet, you know, or anything like that. But you know, sheesh, this lockdown.
Well,
this
you
is
have
just a walk.
Have you ever wet your pants as an adult? Just talking generally.
No, I
I
haven't wet my pants as an adult,
not as an
but
adult.
You
I
have,
have
haven't you,
dribbled.
Luke?
If that's what you mean,
Well,
You have.
I've dribbled. If
Yeah.
that's what you mean,
well, there was this incident many years ago. I had a few too many drinks all day. Hey, look, I'm not proud about this, but it's quite a funny sort of incident. And you know, when you're in a bar and it's nice and warm, and you get, well, it's time to go, or you get thrown out, or whatever. Probably got thrown out, and you're just walking home. You're walking down Franklin Road, and I had these tan pants on, and I just couldn't go there, and I just let go, and I wet my pants because I knew I was walking home. I knew I was going to be home, and I just wet my pants. But what
Yes,
happened
Scott,
is,
why not?
and as I
Very
wet my
freeing.
pants, it was quite interesting. Like 50 meters down, because all the thing goes into your shoes too, so I had to throw those away. Is
Yeah,
that
it's like
this couple was walking up the road, and I'm
Oh,
like,
no.
oh god, this is embarrassing. And then I knew them, of course, because it's Luke Jello. Hi, how you going?
Because
And
you're just so popular, you just couldn't help it. It was bound to happen. Why didn't you prepare for that?
I'm walking down, and we met under the light.
Oh,
First thing they said was, "How was the cowboy fancy dress party?"
Oh no.
'Cause it looked like, and then I looked down and said, "Oh, it's really good. I've just left my hat up the road there, and I just got carried on because it looked like I had chaps on. It was perfect. It was perfect. I just kept on walking. I thought that's a great answer.
yeah.
That is a
I left,
really
I left
good
my
answer.
hat up there, and it smells like horse piss down here.
But it looked like I had chaps on. That's my little wet the bed. Yeah, that's my little wet the bed. Anyway,
I
Uh,
wonder if anyone else has got a wet the bed story they'd like to share before we leave. What was that last night, Luke? Sarah Gilmore.
oh, no, Sarah, I wasn't walking around. That was, this was years ago when I was a young fella. 3 years ago.
it's quite a I mean, just like sort of pissing the bed, or pissing in a wetsuit. I imagine being so inebriated and walking home, and maybe it's a cold night, and just pissing in your pants, filling your shoes up. I imagine it's quite a freeing experience for the
It's
soul.
very
Liberating.
It's a very
I mean,
freeing experience.
You could journal that. You could journal about that.
I'd be
Oh,
I was
yeah.
grateful for it. I was grateful to do
Huge
that.
journal topic.
That's a grateful moment.
Mate, I've never been that inebriated, I'm pleased to say. I mean, one time I was so inebriated, I was sort of like sitting in the chair, my head was spinning like this, and then the next minute I blacked it up. I woke out and I was in the gutter, spewing
Oh,
in the
no.
gutter on the side of the road, and it seemed like the warmest place to be right then.
the second most embarrassing time I've ever had in my life was when I was 22, maybe, in London. Had a good old time in 22, and I had so many Long Island iced teas. I actually fell asleep in the urinal.
Oh,
Wow.
Oh my
yes.
god.
Okay.
Wow.
Did you sort of land your face? land your face on a urinal cake. You know,
Yeah, well, they're quite, those little lollies in there.
wake
Don't
up
eat
with a
those
blue
lollies.
tattoo.
But the stink, eh? The stink.
I had to catch a cab, in a black cab. I had to go through 2 of them because,
Oh, Jesus.
and I'm a big lad, right? Trying to get me out of there, slipping and sliding.
Oh, buddy.
It's quite a. Have you ever got out of a urinal?
No,
Oh,
never.
it's hard work, I tell you. It's when you're chopped. That's really hard. And what woke me up was when it flushed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Right,
no.
yes,
You
the
know how they-
deluge.
Wasn't
yeah.
someone else pissing on you?
No. Have you seen them so at a men's toilet, the urinal, the silver?
Oh, yeah, I've seen one.
Yeah.
It's like a
I went down.
typhoon.
I went
They're
down to
disgusting,
the
aren't they?
Lord of the Rings
Oh.
in Wellington to see the premiere, and I had a big night after going to the Lord of the Rings party, and I went back to the hotel, and I was like, I lost my room key, which was one of those cards,
Yeah.
and so I had to sleep in the hallway because
Thane.
the people, it was like an apartment, so the people at the reception
Yeah.
had gone, and I was trapped in this little hallway, and every time I moved, the light would switch on. So I was like,
Oh,
Oh, no.
sleep
so
here.
you were under surveillance, man.
No, yeah. So it was triggered by movement, right? So I was trying to get some sleep in the hallway, but rolled over, lights on for about.
It's like
3
a
minutes.
torture
that was
scenario.
the worst scenario.
On those little rugby trips, it's the same going through those hotels, and you've had a few, and then you get to your room, and you always double up with someone, right? And the old sock on the door handle can't go in there. He's busy. You know that one?
Oh yeah.
Ah,
You know, he's
right,
busy.
yeah.
He's busy in there. So you got to find somewhere to sleep for the night. So I normally just find the old ironing or the laundry. It's quite warm in there, and you can just have a cuddle up there, get some laundry out, make it all
Yeah, that's true.
until you hear the
I
door.
would just walk
found
in
that,
and be like, I'm going to bed. Continue.
Well, there's 2 options really, isn't there, Sophia? You go,
Yeah.
I'm going to bed, continue, or can I join you?
That's the other
Well, there's
option you
3.
thought of? Well, there's 3. There's the laundry.
Laundry, I walk into the room, I'm going to sleep, guys, carry on. Or, hi, guys, can I join you?
Yeah. Or there's another one. Can I hold the camera?
Yes.
Wow.
This is going from bad to worse. Let's wrap it up.
Okay, guys, we're already taking.
You know,
it.
also another handy travel tip is earplugs and the night visor thing. Yeah.
That's
that's
true. Did you hear that? Those like neck pillows that you get for on the.
Yeah, travel
Airplane.
pillows.
You were supposed to put them around the front.
No.
Yes.
Yeah.
So your head doesn't fall forward like that.
Mm-hmm.
Wow, I did not know that.
Yeah.
Wow.
Because on the plane, you got your the 2 things that come along there. You can kind of like, and then you put that in the front.
You
notice
put
it
it
doesn't
on the
fit
front.
at the back. It fits at the
And
front.
then
That makes perfect sense if you think about it, because that's stupid when you go like that. But if you put it in the front, it's like, oh.
yes, exactly. Because you're trying to wear it and you think you're all cool and you're ultra prepared, and that's deflating if you were traveling in the 90s, and you're sort of like falling through that bit at the front.
Yeah.
No, turn it around.
What I'm sort of looking for in that scenario is some sort of like a face bra that I can sort of brassiere myself up onto the back of the chair.
You could use an ordinary bra.
Yeah, well, I mean, that's the thing. Maybe I just go for like a nice lacy sports bra or something, like a sort of like
Those 2 things are not connected. You
No.
don't get a lacy sports bra. You're wearing a
Maybe
sports
that's
bra.
what I could admit.
that's
Maybe
gonna
it
be-
could be all the rage. It's not even really for your body. It's more to make you look
Oh, okay.
all
Yeah.
lacy up in the sky because I'm tying my face up. Remember?
Well, this
So,
kid here, I'd have to have a double D, just a little tan number, real plain one. That'd be better, wouldn't it? Get that chin up there. Thane,
I
you
kind of
wouldn't-
want that material that you exercise in. The Nike Dry Fit sort of.
Oh,
face
yeah.
bra stuff.
The fast wicking or the dry wicking
Yeah.
technology.
Yeah, with
in case
maybe
you
like
sweat.
a curtain on it. That's where the lace could be. The lace could be kind of like a curtain.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know.
So
where
it's
this is
part
going.
burqa.
To be
Oh.
honest,
Could be.
Burqa.
Well, that's problematic.
the other thing is I've learned another little trick. If you're flying domestic, right, and you want to watch a movie, but it's so heinous to hold your phone with your Bluetooth headphones.
Yeah.
I get it. I either kind of slip it under the magazine thing, so you pull your tray down and you put your camera down there where the magazines go, and you can kind of see it. Or you get yourself a see-through bag, just one of those. You put it in there, and then you hook it on the back of the hook that holds the tray together.
Yeah,
you watch the TV.
That's a hack.
Yeah.
That's a good hack. Do you know what I love doing on flights? And I
What's
just pick myself every time I do it. I find the funniest, naughtiest picture. I airdrop it and just see how many phones, and let's see how many phones pick it up. It is such a funny thing, I tell you. Yeah. It is hilarious. And then people reply back to you and send another one back. It's quite entertaining for a little bit.
Wow, you got to kind of be a little bit careful. You don't really want to get on the no-fly list or get apprehended by an air marshal, just in case you send the wrong thing.
There are children on flights with devices.
Remember his face, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah.
He's an old eardropper from way back, old Tickles here.
Want it?
I like that, though. I like that. I think that's quite a novel idea.
You could send something really kind and cute,
I do a
fluffy little.
I do a scary because all the kids have got their eardrops on.
Yeah, that's true.
Of course they do. Yeah. Well, guys,
I
we
like
can
it.
some rugby. We should piss off now, and we're back Monday night. I think I've got some guests lined up. I've got a musical guest lined up. I can't remember now, but thank you very much, everybody, for appearing on the program. It's been a great success. Yeah.
Don't forget, go to our Instagram. Jump on Papinelle's Instagram. Follow them. Follow us. You're in the draw. Comment, tag a friend. I'm making it sound more complicated than it actually is. It's very, very simple.
It's the Papinelle, isn't it? It's a beautiful product. It's an amazing product. It makes you look brilliant.
Here he comes. Here he is.
What in the flying fudge is going on here?
The clothes have come off. Tickles thinks he's already got the cameras are switched off. All
right, we better go before it gets nasty.
I just want to say one last thing, guys. Remember, these NFTs that we created tonight are available now. Get in now. These have been created. They're one of ones. They're individual JPEGs, and they're going to be fucking expensive. We're going to be millionaires, ladies and gentlemen.
Perfect.
Yeah, we're going to be rich.
And we will put up also the link to the Facebook page for the NFTs and Metaverse NZ, so that if you want to go and have a look at that, you can. Sounds pretty interesting.
Yeah, I'm all about it, man. This is so good. And you know what? You may be taking the piss out of your drawings, but I think they're very unique. Can you go closer with that one last time?
I think so too. I think we could be onto something here.
Yeah.
We're onto something, guys.
Sophia looks a little like Jacinda.
It's probably the most disgusting picture of me I've ever seen, but also weirdly accurate, which is confusing, but I'm about it.
It was hard to make you look this bad. Let's just say that.
Yeah, well, that's a lovely compliment, mate. Thank you very much. Guys. Benny, I'm going to let you out now. Have a great night, eh? Thanks, mate. See you soon. Top guy.
Top guy. Very good drawings, though.
He does a very good little scribble, a doodle.
For a caricature.
Oh.
What's happened?
Luke's reconnected by accident. Should we just watch him for a split second, okay? Let's just watch.
No, we shouldn't. This is called wrong.
No? I mean, look, he's gone to bed. Look at the guy, he's gone to bed. He's turned his oh no.
He's creeping in the left-hand portion of the screen over there. Tickles, what the hell are you doing?
I think it's Pornhub time, to be honest.
Oh, Lord almighty. All right.
See ya. All right, let's get out of here, eh?
Scram.
All right. Catch you later, everybody. We'll see you Monday.